Hi families, I'm just going to read you guys a book tonight. This is a book that was given to me by one of my students. It's called Sisters and Champions. It's the true story of Venus and Serena Williams. It was written by Howard Bryant and it was illustrated by Floyd Cooper. So here's the cover. I predict that it's going to be about these two girls, Venus and Serena Williams, and I think that they're going to play tennis because I know that this is a tennis racket, and so I think that they're going to play tennis together. Let's see if my prediction is correct. No one ever laughed at Richard Williams, at least not to his face. When he told people about Venus and Serena and the special things his two daughters would do, they would wait for him to leave. And then they would laugh because he had said the impossible. Oh, I wonder what he said. The Williams family lived in Compton, a real tough, sometimes scary part of Los Angeles. Los Angeles is in the state of California. When Venus and Serena were 4 and 3, Richard brought them tennis rackets. Ooh, from the picture on the front. Believing tennis treated girls more fairly than other sports, and if his hunch was correct, that his girls would have an athletic advantage that would change the sport forever. Richard didn't know anything about tennis, but it didn't stop him from saying the wildest things. He told everyone his little girls, not one, but both of them, would be champions. And the laughter would start. I wonder why they were laughing. So here's Venus and Serena. It looks like they're playing with the tennis rackets. Let's find out why they laughed. They laughed because Venus and Serena were black. And black people, they said, weren't supposed to play tennis. They laughed because Venus and Serena weren't rich. And people without money, they said, weren't supposed to dream so big. They laughed because Venus and Serena came from Compton, and no tennis champions ever came from such a tough neighborhood. They laughed because it was hard enough for one person in a family to become world famous, but two? Man, they think that their dreams are impossible. Let's see if they are able to reach their dreams. But the sisters' mom and dad said differently. They said the sisters were made of special brown skin and wonderful eyes, of big smiles and bigger hearts. And when it came to tennis, a kind of magic. Just wait, their dad would say, you'll see. The girls were so different from each other. Venus was quiet, competitive, protective, just like a big sister. Serena was forceful, stubborn, and even more competitive, just like a little sister. Yet these sisters were also best friends. My sister is one of my best friends, so I can connect to this page. When Venus was 12 and Serena was 10, the family moved to Florida so the sisters could focus even more on tennis. And soon a whole new group of people was talking about them. Have you heard about them? Tennis fans would gossip. I think the big sister's name might be Venus. Everyone is saying she's the next American superstar. And get this. Someone told me her little sister might even be better. Let's see. Yet, not all the talk was friendly. The sisters were different. Their skin was different. Their hair was different. Venus was tall, really tall. And the way the sisters hit the ball, so hard like the boys, even harder than the boys, was different. In ways big and small, people reminded them of being different every day. I wonder how they felt because of this. They felt different every day, and people continued to remind them of this. I wonder how they were feeling. Maybe you can stop and think about how they might feel in this situation. I know I would feel sad if people made me feel different than everybody else. But sometimes our differences our differences do make us who we are. And so we can be excited and happy about the ways that we're different from other people, so other people can learn from us, and we can learn from somebody else who's different than us. Their father wouldn't let his girls play junior tournaments, even though everyone played juniors. He made them focus on school instead. People said Dad was hurting his girls. Dad said he had a plan, that they were a family, and families always stick together. Agreed, I like that. Stick together, they did. Venus and Serena grew even closer as they outworked the other girls. Every day they would hit 200 balls, then 300, then 500, then 1,000. Each day the sisters would sweat and sweat. Dad painted a sign for them that read, "If you fail to prepare properly, you prepare to fail." No one laughed at the girls' father anymore because his dream was becoming real. Venus was only 14 years old when she turned professional. In her very first tournament, she almost beat one of the top-ranked players in the world. It would take Venus 4 years to win her first professional tournament. Still a teenager and already a champion. Yet it wasn't just Venus who won. Serena became a champion at the very same tournament. How? Venus and Serena played as teammates in doubles tennis. Serena was only 16 years old when the sisters won as partners. So they worked together on the same team, and they were both able to win. So even though they were super competitive, when they worked together, they were both able to win. Both sisters wanted to be considered the best in the world. And though for that to happen, only one of them could win in the end. One would have to lose. There was no avoiding it. The 1998 Australian Open was the first time they played against each other as professionals. Big sister Venus won. In Rome and Miami the next year, Venus won again and again. Not until Serena turned 18 did she beat Venus for the very first time. So it took her time and time again to be resilient and to try over and over before she was able to actually win and beat her sister at this game. So that's pretty cool that she never gave up. I love that. The girls became young women. Their parents always said that they were special, made of magic, and had big hearts. Soon the sisters dominated the biggest tennis champions in the world. The biggest tennis championships in the world. The Australian Open, the French Open, Wimbledon, and the US Open. Venus won 5 times and won the US Open twice. Serena would win all 4 tournaments in a row and nickname it the Serena Slam. The sisters were so good that they seemed to only lose to each other. In February 2002, Venus was ranked number 1 in the world. 6 months later, it was Serena's turn to be number 1. It was the only time in history two sisters or brothers were ranked first and second in the world. Another of their father's dreams had come true. Still, it hurt so much to play against each other. Neither sister wanted to see the other lose. When they had competed for a championship, Mom and Dad could barely watch. Do you see their faces? How do you think that they're feeling? I think they might feel nervous or maybe scared or just unsure of what's going to happen next. They definitely want the sisters to do their best, but they're unsure of what will happen next. How do you think that they're feeling? So Venus and Serena continued to play as a doubles team, and if playing one of the sisters was tough, together they were unbeatable. They won all the major doubles championships at least twice. They played together for America in the Olympics 3 times, winning gold medals each time. As partners, they were the best in the world. So together they were able to do awesome things and be the champions even at the Olympics. That's competing against all different countries around the world, and it's supposed to be the best of the best come to compete at those things. So that means that they were really good if they won the gold medal. That means they got first place. But their parents knew these sisters had magic in them, and the true magic of Venus and Serena Williams is that they never quit. They never stopped working hard, and they both returned to play tennis. The year Serena returned to tennis, she won the singles tournament at Wimbledon, and the sisters together again won the doubles championship. Serena continued to win and win and win, almost too many trophies to count. More than any women's tennis player in history, and people were talking again. Now they said Serena was one of the greatest athletes, boy or girl, in history. Maybe the best ever. The Williams sisters have a new magic now. Other little girls with special brown skin, wonderful eyes, and big smiles want to play tennis. Venus and Serena are still best friends. They will always be family, sisters who grew into champions. My first job, Venus says, is big sister. And I take that very seriously. Tennis is just a game, Serena says. Family is forever. I liked that last line where they said that family is forever. That's something that I took away from this book, is that they really emphasize how important your family is and how important it is to love on them and spend time with them and to just encourage your family members and let them know how much you love them and how much you support them. I also liked how Venus and Serena, they never gave up. They showed resilience and gumption. They showed all the characteristics that we like to show at school when we show grit. They definitely showed that throughout their lives. They were able to fail and try again and keep going, and they kept winning first place almost in all of the championships that they were in. They kept trying. They worked hard. We can do that too. Pick whatever hobby you want to choose. Maybe you want to play basketball, tennis, soccer, whatever it is. Maybe you like art. Maybe you like to draw. Maybe you love reading. Maybe you love spelling. Whatever it is, find what you enjoy to do and work hard at it every day. Find somebody that will hold you accountable and encourage you. Someone that will get you excited and get you to where you want to be. And maybe one day you can go to a championship for a spelling bee, or maybe you can show off what you know in a different way. So I enjoyed reading this book with you guys tonight. I hope that you guys enjoyed it too. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.